Hello and welcome to Creativity with DAIII Live. I'm your host, Don Allen III, and today we have a really cool 3D tutorial. We're going to be working on making a KFC Inspired 3D art page, some kind of concept art that makes a little bit of a social commentary on fast food industry. We're going to be using the program Cinema 4D and maybe a little bit of Photoshop, and we're going to have a lot of fun, so feel free to join me live now, and let's get started. We are live streaming to YouTube and we're live streaming to Instagram as we speak. I found this chicken model inside of the internet. I just looked up free chicken model. I got a couple of ads for free chicken, but I wasn't looking for free chicken. I was looking for the 3D chicken model so that we could use it in a 3D program. We're listening to some lo-fi music in the background. Welcome to Creativity with DAIII Live. If you're joining us here on Instagram, we're live on YouTube as we speak, and we're going to make some KFC inspired art. So let's bring up our inspirations. We have some KFC Google images. We have this big bucket. We can work with the bucket. I like this KFC bucket kind of style. I'm thinking we can have like a conveyor belt of chickens about to be introduced to their death because they're chickens on a conveyor belt to KFC. So just looking around, we're going to use lots of reds, lots of yellows, and lots of white colors, since that seems to be the overall color we're seeing pop up over and over again when we look up KFC images. Welcome Miss Bubbly Bean and Ev Raider and Ginger. Welcome on Instagram. We're live streaming to YouTube right now, so feel free to join us over there. I'm just going to double check that this live stream is working properly, and it looks like it is, so that is very good. That's what I want it to do. Cool. So yeah, lots of KFC. This video was not sponsored by KFC. I don't think they're gonna like what I have planned for them. So let's start off. Just thinking big concepts. Let's begin by making the KFC bucket. This bucket. So we're going to click up this image. We're going to view this image of the KFC bucket. And hello, QD Lamago. And there we go. We have our KFC bucket here. Let's go ahead and make the KFC bucket in Cinema 4D. Here's how it goes. We start off with a tube or a torus. The torus is gigantic by default, so we're going to need to change a lot of that. But the outside and the inside, we can kind of squeeze them in by dragging these handles on here. These handles are available because we're in this object mode. So when you're inside of Cinema 4D, you want to make sure you're in object mode if you want to be changing the geometry of the features. Cool. Let's look back at the KFC bucket. It looks like it's like kind of like a cone. It's got a cone kind of style to it. So to replicate that here, we're going to actually maybe build it off of a cylinder. So we'll bring in a cylinder and we'll decrease or increase the height and then increase the diameter to match the width of our, I'm going to flip the camera over here so we can have double purpose here. Oh, whoa, I can do a face, thing. Whoa. Sorry, I got distracted by the Instagram filters. Whoa, this is sick. Okay, I'm gonna wear the top hat in the Instagram filter. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make the KFC bucket by using a cylinder as the base and a torus as the rim of the bucket. Then we're gonna use the taper modifier to make the thing look better. So that was a convoluted way of saying we're going to make the taper go over the cylinder, and then we'll make it so that the cylinder tapers downwards so that it creates this effect of squeezing in itself. Alright, you'll see what I mean. It'll be easier if you just see this over on YouTube. Alright, so there, now we have a bucket that's kind of being tapered, and we can change the taper width right here. I'm actually going to flip the tapering all the way upside down so that we get this bucket effect. Look at that. We have an official KFC bucket made with just 2 primitive objects inside of Cinema 4D. So if you're joining us on Instagram, I will encourage you to check out the link in the bio, because that goes to our YouTube page. And the YouTube page is where we're live streaming to YouTube right now. So, welcome. Who's that? We got Zim. Hello, Zim. Welcome to the show. We are working on some cool stuff. Ooh, I can bump the camera and it keeps locked on the head. This is... oh, that's to that. Oh, no. All right, cool. So, we got the bucket. Now we got to make this futuristic. So maybe let's bring the KFC logo into the scene and make it glow. Let's see, what is the KFC logo today? Because it changes over the years. There we go, KFC logo. Ah, it's the face of the Colonel himself. KFC logo PNG. That might be helpful if we can find that. Nice, there's lots of different versions. Let me see if we can get a black and white version. Black and white logo. Oh good, there's plenty of logos. KFC, Taco Bell, KFC, Taco Bell. There's lots of different icons here. I think we can work with this. Which one's the most recent KFC logo? Mr. Sprinkle. Welcome, Zim. Okay, it looks like their 2017 logo is this face. Yeah, or this face. I can't tell. It's one of these two. Let's go with the circly one. Hopefully this is an actual PNG. No, it's not a PNG, so scratch that. This one's an actual PNG, and that's very helpful. Good. KFC. Let's use this bucket image. So let's go view image, and then it leads us to a giant version of the KFC logo, which is perfect for what we're going for tonight. So let's drag the KFC logo onto the neatly organized recently desktop of my computer. Cool. With the KFC logo in there, we're gonna bring the KFC logo into Adobe Illustrator. So now this became an Illustrator tutorial unintentionally, but it's a part of it. Welcome, Arun. We are live streaming to YouTube right now if you want to join us over there. All right, so we have the KFC logo on our on Adobe Illustrator, and what we're going to do is turn this into a vector that we can isolate. So the quickest way to do this with a black and white image is to use the image trace feature located at the top. And we can go to 2 different modes. I'm going to go to black and white logo. It asks, is that cool? And you're like, yeah, it's cool. We're gonna get a black and white logo. And then you hit expand. And so what the expand does is it creates the actual vectors that are going to allow this to be interpreted by other programs. This step is absolutely crucial if you want to make some cool 3D art using existing logos out there in the world. Now I'm going through and deleting extra lines that I do not need for the art. And to double check that it's an actual transparency, we're going to drag this over here, and you can see that the logo is a transparent image, which is great. This is exactly what we needed. Next, the thing I'm going to do is I actually might isolate the black from the white on the keyframe. So we can take these 2 here and do the distribution divide layer. So it will use the geometry of one layer to cut out the geometry of the other layer. Welcome, Alicia. We are live streaming to YouTube right now, so feel free to join us over there. And we're doing a tutorial on KFC Inspired concept art. It's really fun, and welcome to the Instagram and the YouTube live stream. Yeah, I'll just show you a quick look what we're doing over here. So right now we're working on the KFC logo, and what we're doing with it here is isolating the different shapes. So I grab the 2 here and we go to our divide tool, and we're going to use the geometry to divide. Now that the layers are divided, we can isolate the black from the white. So this is helpful because I'm going to turn his face into a light source. So let me just copy that and move it over here. Actually, we can probably delete this. We don't need that for now. Alright, so we just got the white light of the face, I'm actually going to move the KFC logo a little bit closer to them as well. There's two little points over here that are hiding. We're going to get rid of them. Cool. Alright, there we go. So we have the KFC logo, and it is now a vector. We did this really quickly with some Google images. Again, be careful when you use logos of other companies like this. I don't plan on selling the artwork that I'm making for this, which is why I'm not concerned. But if you were planning on selling the artwork and you decided to use their copyright image without getting written permission, then you, my friend, could find yourself in a lawsuit, in trouble. And even if you're not doing it for money, you can still find yourself in trouble. So just be careful. Yeah, that's all. Alright, so we got this image. Let's center it back onto our canvas. It's going to turn invisible, but that's okay. We have all the geometry here. That's all we need. I'm actually going to increase the size of the geometry just a little bit here. Cool. Next, we're going to save this as a very specific kind of Illustrator file. So we go to Save As. I'm going to save it to the desktop. We'll call it KFC_face_vector. And we do want it to be an Illustrator file. That's important. But the thing that we cannot forget in this method is we need to change it from an Adobe Illustrator CC, which I'm using on the 2017 version. We must change it to an Illustrator 8. The reason why we must turn this into an Illustrator 8 file, which even gives you a warning, it's like, are you sure you want to do this? And the answer is yes, you 100% want to do this if you plan on bringing your vector artwork into Cinema 4D, since it does not recognize the other ones. Cool, so we saved the Illustrator 8 file. Let's just double check our live streaming on YouTube, make sure it's still going. I had some issues with it last week, so let me make sure it's still, yep, cool, we're still live streaming, nice. Then we're gonna go back into Cinema 4D now. Oh wow, thank you Miss Bubbly Bean for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it a lot, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, so we brought this, we have this here. Now let's bring in the logo that we just made a second ago. Where to go? We go to File, oops, don't change that. Go to File, Merge. That's kind of the language that Cinema 4D uses, but it's essentially like import. It's very similar to import. So go to File, Merge, and we're going to go to our desktop and look for our KFC vectorface.ai file, the one that we just made a millisecond ago, and hit open. It's going to prompt you, it's going to say, are you sure you know the scale of this thing? And you're like, I kind of know, and hit OK. We're going to zoom out or zoom in. We got to find out where the logo went. Uh-oh, where'd it go? KFC, where are you? Oh, it went way up here for some reason. Huh. That's weird. Okay. We'll have to recenter this by hand, but this is very good. So look at that. We have the KFC logo in here in 3-dimensional space, which is very helpful for this next part, which is we're going to take these vectors, these points of data that we made from the Illustrator file. We're going to take these points and turn this into an actual extruded object. So select your vector, so that makes it all highlighted. And with it all selected, you're my 210th subscriber. Yay! I used to do more YouTube stuff seriously in the early days, and then I stopped, but I'm starting to get back into it because it's fun. Cool, so we have our vector all selected. And then we're going to go to this mode called extrude. So it's this thing right here. And then we're going to drag the extrude to be a child of the objects. Oh no, it's going to make me extrude each one of these paths individually. That's frustrating. Oh boy. I don't want to do that. Let me see if there's any other way. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to extrude everything by hand, which is a bummer. Okay, well let's not extrude the KFC stuff, or let's do the easier things. I'm going to delete the rights reserved because that shape is just complicated and I don't want to deal with it, so let's get rid of it. Let's focus on this letter C. That one's a much easier shaped path. And we can go to the extrude object and then drag it. I think that was what, path number 6? I think path number 6 was the C. Cool. And then we can increase the depth of that extrusion by changing this number here. Look at that, we have a 3-dimensional layer. KFC, that's the C. We're gonna now copy that exact extrusion and find out where the F is. Looks like F is path number 5, so we can just copy that, get rid of that copy and bring it to there. Awesome, we got KF. Let's do the next one. I guess it's gonna be path number 4. We'll use the same extrusion, delete path 5 and parent path 4. I keep saying parent and child, this is what I'm referring to. The child is underneath the parent in these 3D programs. So whenever you see this little like connector, it's suggesting that this is underneath. So you gotta make the path a child of the parent object, which is our extrude. Cool, so KFC, the letters are done. Let's make this face 3D. Let me see, how many paths do we have to worry about? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot. There's a lot to worry about. All right, so let's just you know, let's do it. All right, let's start with this big old forehead face. That's path number 7. We're gonna drag it in there. Delete path 4. There we go. We got the forehead looking shiny. Look at that. Look at that shininess. Forehead face. Cool. So you can also use this method that I'm showing you right now to extrude and make any logo 3-dimensional, which is kind of cool, right? I mean, you can. I'm hoping you see all the potential that you can have with this, right? Like, we're talking about. I'm giving you the world here. The world is here for the taking. I don't really know what I'm talking about. All right, so what I'm talking about though is we need to extrude all of this path data. All right, so it doesn't want us to do it easily by selecting all of them. It wants us to do the path individually, which is fine. I'll play their game. Let's move these paths out of here. Let's do the big sections first. KFC. It looks kind of like Walter from the show Breaking Bad. Doesn't it look kind of like Breaking Bad right now? A little bit? Or is that just me? Okay. So I'm just kind of going through here. We're just extruding the different parts of the logo. Since each path is done separately, we have to extrude each path individually. A little boring, but it pays off in the end because we're going to have a pretty solid 3D logo in just a second. Just getting right through it. We are live streaming through YouTube right now if you want to join us over there. Let's continue on with our path. We're copying our extrusion and then parenting a path inside and then deleting the previous. And we're just repeating that process for every little component until it's all done. And it's almost done. You can see we're making money. Just kidding. We're not making money off this. I don't want to get sued. We're not making money off this. This is more for practice and for exposure, which is an important part of personal project development. All about personal projects 2017. All about it. Okay, let's get rid of path 15. Leave that path 16. We only have 4 more paths to go. Just a few more meticulous clicks and we'll be all through this and into some of the next exciting parts of the tutorial. I titled this tutorial KFC Inspired 3D Art. That is what we're doing. I'm going to try to make some kind of social commentary about it too. Dual purpose. Alright, we're just extruding. Lots and lots of extrusions. So many extrusions. Oh my god, what just happened? Oh no. Did I just delete something? Oh my god, what just happened? We just lost the entire layer. Yikes. Let me see if I can get it back. If we change the mode back to standard. Oh no. I lost it. Let me see. Maybe our window needs to show it. Layer manager. No, window. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked a shortcut that I'm not familiar with, and it just hid everything. Show objects. This is not good. Okay. KFC. Don't let me down. Well, luckily we only had, what, 3 more vectors that we need to extrude. So it's not too bad if we can't extrude those, but I do need to see my layer panel. Wow, that was dumb. Let me save what we have. And I don't know what's going on, I'll be honest. That was weird. I clicked something that hid all the layers. Well, this is how we learn. Hit save. What is this? We need to see that. View icon size. Go to main level. Show search bar. Show path bar. Okay, that's something. Show layers. Show vertical tags. Sort by name. Oh no. I might need to pause the tutorial. This is a critical error here. Save object presets. Yikes. Alright, well, sorry about that, folks. I'm having some big trouble here. Yeah, this isn't good. I broke something. Alright, sorry about this, folks. KFC's not going to be pleased. I might need to Google this. I'm trying all the different windows. I think I just hid something. And we can't see our layers, and I need those. Oh, this is getting close. Uh-oh. That's worse. Okay, cool. Alright. We're in bad shape, folks. Sorry about those that are watching this on YouTube right now. I made a critical design error, and I can't seem to pull up my menu that I need to work. Alright, well, we screwed something up. Sorry about that. I just keep saying the same thing over and over again, but I really did mess something up on the program's end. And I might need to restart this. Let me just save everything real quick and close Cinema 4D and see if we can get it back. I'm going to quit Cinema 4D. Sorry about this. Let's restart it. Hopefully we didn't break it. I just saw the Instagram put the filter on KFC for a second. What do you mean? Oh, really? The face filter? That's hilarious. I want to see that. Let me see if we can get it back. Let's open our recent project. See if we can get that filter on here again. That'll be hilarious. Standard. And then let's open up recent files. Dang, it's still broken. That's unfortunate. Okay. Sorry about this, folks. I'm so sorry. I totally messed something up here. If you're watching this on YouTube, just skip for the next 15 minutes while I try to resolve this. This is all bad. I need these layers. Totally need those layers. Wow, this totally killed the vibe for a second. I'm living in California. I'll flip the camera while we wait to get this fixed. But yeah, I'm living in California, and it's cool. I like it here. Where are you from? Whoops. Yeah, this isn't good. I'm trying to get this. I broke something. I accidentally pressed a weird shortcut, and it hid some very important information. I can't get it back. And some 3D stuff. What would happen if I made a new object? Yeah, it's not showing it. Oh, this is so frustrating. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to copy everything and just bring it into a new document. If that doesn't work, then we're super screwed. Alright, so I copied everything. Let's go to File, Brand New Cinema 4D. Let's paste it. Yay! Everything's back. Alright, cool. Everything back. Yeah, that cube is here. Let's get rid of the cube. We got the bucket. Cool. Sorry about that, everybody. But it is all fixed. Let's go back to our KFC logo. That's way up here. Awesome. Okay. What's up? What's up? All right. Sorry about all of that, but we are back and it is appearing to work. So let's group all of our KFC logo together and flip the camera around back to the way it was. It feels better not talk at all about anything. 21. Cool. So we got the KFC logo. We're going to group this as a single object. So this is what I mean by group. We go to group objects. Puts it all into one mega null. And the null holds it all. We'll call it the KFC null. With the KFC null, we can now grab it as a single solid object. So I'm going to realign its center position to be right at the center of his nose. And now we can scale it and rotate it from that point. which is helpful. Cool, so we got this logo. Let's bring it on down to our chicken town. Look how small the KFC bucket is down here. It's minuscule, but we'll fix that, I promise. Fixing it now, scaling it down. I don't know why the logo was so large. It certainly wasn't that big in Instagram or in Illustrator. But oh wow, you're from New York. This is so cool. People are from all over the world, and that's amazing. Thank you for spending some time here. I do really, really appreciate it, and I think it's so cool that we can build this community all around the world. All right, let's go to our bool object, and we will make this a bool. The bool object cuts one object from the other, so I'm just using the cylinders to make an actual bucket, one that we can actually put some chicken in, which is important for this effect. All right, cool, we got a bucket. And then let's move the ring down. And make the ring a little bit thicker. Cool, it's like a flower pot almost, like a bucket of chicken. Cool, we got the KFC logo way up here, just chilling, mobbing. Let's grab the KFC face. And let's grab that bool, our fancy bool object. Let's get rid of these two paths. We don't need them anymore. We're going to rename this bool and turn it into a null object as well. Group objects, and we'll just call this bucket, B-U-C-K. Can't spell bucket, because I only know how to design. And we're going to make the bucket humongous. Oh no, it got rid of the ring, which was part of the bucket. Let's try this again. Let's make the torus part of the bucket. Now, when we scale it up, cool, it has that ring around the posy. Great. Great. Cool. Let's combine these two entities to make the feed for the giant chicken.
You shouldn't be listening. I don't want you to hear it till it's done.
Cool, cool, cool. We're going to center this.
Beautiful.
Then we're going to take the KFC null and rotate it forward ever so slightly. Look at that. Look at that 3D KFC bucket. Yum, yum, yum in my tummy. Cool. So why do we make this 3D for the face and the bucket thing? This is why. We're going to make that face actually become a light source. So we're going to use our illuminance and diffusion channels to actually allow light to diffuse on through it and illuminate the world. So boom, look at that. Now it's an actual light emitter. If we render this out, you'll see that it looks normal, right? But here's where this comes into effect. If we go into our render settings and change this to something called global illumination, it's a very expensive rendering process, not in terms of price, but expensive on the machine. It costs a lot of your memory. That's what I mean by expensive. And what it does is it glows. Look at this. You can actually see the glow on the sides of the bucket now. And that is why we made it this way, so that we could do that kind of stuff. Pretty neat. Cool. Let us continue on with the bucket. I'm going to try to make some red and white stripes for our bucket of chicken. I have a strategy for how we might want to make this. Oh, you want some KFC food? Let's see, I have a chicken in here somewhere. Where's my chicken? Let me see if I can bring the chicken in. It'll help you get some food. Let's go to merge, and then we will find our chicken. Chicken, 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 chicken. Rooster, chicken, rooster. Nope, it's not that one. Did I put it to the desktop as well? Downloads. There it is. There's our chicken. Open up our chicken. Where'd it go? Oh. Hit OK. Oh man, I made that chicken super tiny. We'll increase the size. Whoa! Perfect. All right, we got a chicken. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I lost the chicken. Dang it. Let's try merging it again. It's important to get your chicken from Miss Bubbly Bean. So it's a very crucial step in the process. You have to say, what does Miss Bubbly Bean want? And if it's not chicken, well, then you're doing the tutorial wrong. You should just restart. It's also mashed potatoes. You know, that's another option, which is totally viable. But we gotta think about these things in advance. So we got our chicken now. Made it a little bit smaller so it can fit in the bucket. Cool. Cool. No problem. Let's go ahead and rotate our chicken. Okay, cool. So as a heads up, this concept is gonna get dark pretty fast. So if you're happy with what you've seen so far, this would be your cue to escape while you can. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a social commentary on this concept of fast food, but it might not exactly be in a way that everyone would appreciate. So you've been warned. All right, here we go. So what I'm thinking is that it's like a dispensary for your chicken. In the future, it's an automated system. So I'm gonna try to make a little like almost ATM machine looking thing at the front of the chicken coop, at the front of the chicken thing. Let me go on to the Google and we'll look up ATM machine. And when we look at an ATM machine, it's got lots of buttons and knobs. I'm not going to get too complicated here, just the essentials. So we do need a little, this is a very good example of just the essentials. So what I'm looking at is lots of rectangles, rounded rectangles. So that's what we're going to make right now. We're going to make a little ATM kind of interface. So we need that's like one rectangle, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Just doing a quick count. Let's go back into here and let's make that system. So we start off with a cube. Many things in these programs will start off with none other than the cube. Except for, everything on this tutorial kind of started off with a cylinder. So yeah, but most things start off with the cube. And with this cube, we're going to elongate it and widen it and push it into the console. This is about the size I want it to be for scale. We're going to make humans about this size in this piece. Cool. This is going to be the ATM machine. Yeah, let me see. Maybe we can push it out a little bit further. Cool. We'll also put some lights up in here so that people can see. So it might work for chicken too, the ATM. Yeah, I'm thinking like a dystopian future where the eating process is so not human-centric at all that you can eat your chicken, order your chicken right from the vending machines, and inputs a live chicken, outputs your fried chicken. Alright, so we got this little cube here. We're going to use this as a Boolean object. So again, the Boolean object makes one shape the cutout of the other. Here's how it works. Let's select our bool. Make the first object a child of the bool. That's up here. And we make the second object another child. And look at that. Within a heartbeat, we have a cutout of the first cube within the second. So if we go back to our ATM machine, actually now look at it, they're a little bit more vertical. So let's switch that up. I'm going to make it more vertical. And luckily that's super easy. We can just do this. And take the other cube and also do the same thing. Now we're going to change our display mode to show some quick shading. And just for fun, I'm going to throw in a ring light. I'm kind of having trouble seeing, so let's just bring some lights in, right? Display, Guru shading. And we're going to throw that light into an array. An array will put this light into a circle. Look at that, we have a little circle of light. And we can grab the radius of the array, right, and extend it out. We can increase the number of copies or decrease it. These are how many lights we're putting in the scene. And I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to center this up. We're going to go to a top view to make sure that we are squared with the chicken. Put this right into the center of the canvas here. And then increase the radius of our lights by going to our radius and extending it out. And then you can see it kind of emerging over here. You can see that we have the KFC stand up here looking nice and bright, and then we're gonna have like an ATM machine / vending machine where we can eat our chicken from here. I'm gonna put these lights all around the tops here so that we can see better. So if we give it a quick render pass, cancel quick render pass. Uh-oh, does it not like? Oh, let me turn off global illumination. That one's using a lot of memory. Cool, so we can kind of see where we're going with this vending machine vibe for our KFC chicken lovers. Cool. Cool. Looking back at the vending machine, we need some more extrusions, so let's do that. Let's go back into Cinema 4D, and we'll actually kind of fatten up the machine just a tad bit here. I'm going to go into this outer cube and fatten it up. Yum. Yummy chicken. Next we're going to add some more cube life. I just copied this cube, brought it in here because it's already roughly the size that we need it to be. And we're going to make some little display screens. Okay, there we go. Got a little display screen in there. Let's copy that, move it down, give it a little bit of yaw rotation. Cool. Think vending machine. That's what I'm trying to say. Think vending machine. Think ATM machine. Okay, so it looks like the vending machine, the money comes out from the very bottom. So let's raise our console a little bit. We're going to just raise it up a tad here so that we leave space for our food to roll out. Our cooked, yummy, delicious chicken. Cool. We're going to try to use this cube as another bool. So a bool within a bool I don't know if that'll work. I haven't tried that, so let's give it a shot. Go to bool. Make it a bool within a bool. Okay, it doesn't like that. Don't do that. There's other ways to achieve this effect without that. So what we can do is push this forward. Wonder if we should have vending machines all around the chicken thing. What do you think? Because right now I was almost thinking of just having a line in the front, but it might make sense if you're hungry for chicken that there's going to be ways to get it from all around the store. Either way, we'll still need to make one of these consoles. So let's continue on, make a little screen on here. The screens on those things are very square-like because they leave a lot of space for the buttons. So let's just do that. Just for my own sanity, I'm going to make a little reflecting glass plane right here. Glass pane, not plane. What am I talking about? Cool. And then we'll make our little buttons. Touchscreens save the works of making buttons. Oh, you think it should be a touchscreen? Okay. It is. It's a touchscreen now. Thank you. Touchscreen it is. I love ideas. So thank you for that idea. Next, I'm going to round the corners of this touchscreen. Whoa, way too round. Let's round it a little bit less. There we go, we got a screen. Hello and welcome to Creativity with DAIII Live. We are live on YouTube. This is a KFC chicken tutorial. How to make KFC chicken. Just kidding, it's gonna be something hopefully different than that, but similar in some ways. Okay. Okay, let's move this guy out. This will be another console. Cool, cool, cool. We got that. Let's round the corners of this guy on the outside here. How to do that? How are we going to round these corners? What I'm using is called a subdivision surface. If you have an older version of Cinema 4D, or if you're using a different 3D program, sometimes they refer to a subdivision surface as a NURB, a hyper NURB. Just kind of cool names for the same thing. So now I'm just kind of rounding off the edges. When I see ATM machines, they usually have pretty rounded edges. From my memory, I kind of remember them as that. So we're just rounding off the edges, kind of unnecessarily, but enough. We need to add enough roundedness to justify this thing being safe. Cool. So we got that there. Let's do something similar to this one. So I'm just applying this NURBS or hyper NURBS, whatever you want to call it, to different surfaces inside of our scene. And by changing the number of segments that the object has, we can increase or decrease the amount of roundness it has. See what I mean? It's pretty cool, right? So many features with these things. Cool, so we have what looks kind of like an ATM machine. Let's reference another image. Let's leave a little light up on the top. A little space for a light. So that people know that this is where you go to get your chicken. We'll put like a really stupid, like a chicken logo on it or something. Like a sign. Like, oh, this is the chicken booth. Cool. I'm just gonna round these, or sharpen these edges up a little bit. Yeah, and then we'll just make this into a light. Oops. It doesn't like that light. I'm gonna take it out of the subdivision. Ooh, doesn't like that either. Okay. Okay. We'll just copy this subdivision and apply it our own way. Cool. Alright, so we got one chicken booth looking good. I hope. Hope this works. Cool. Would you order chicken from this thing? I hope you would, you know. That's the goal. Would you order chicken from this in the future? I'm trying to think of the future of the chicken fast food industry. And you've got to think about these things very seriously, folks. Would you get chicken from this? Alright, cool. So it looks like it's working. So as a reminder, our live stream is about to come to an end. But if you want to continue on with this tutorial, we're going to be doing a lot more coloring and texturing, all inside of Cinema 4D on YouTube. So feel free to join us on YouTube if you want to see the rest of this tutorial. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and have a creative and productive day. Woo! And that is it. See you over on YouTube. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, we made one console. On to the rest. On to the rest. So we'll group all these objects together here. And except for the chicken. Don't group the chicken. We're going to leave the chicken out of this. And if we group all these all together, and we're going to call this our ATM machine, if you will. ATM. Cool. And now we can throw the ATM machine into an array. And look at that. All sorts of ATM machines hanging out. We can now take our array and see if we can flip the coordinates of these around. Oh, it doesn't like that. Alright, don't do it as an array. Instead, what we'll do is we'll do it as a clone. So, keeping your ATM machine happy, go to MoGraph Cloner and drag your ATM into the cloner. Then go to the cloner and go to Object and change it from linear to radial. Awesome. Then we need to switch up some stuff. So we got this radius here. We can change it to XZ, or XZ is what I want. And the reason why this looks very similar to the array, the difference is we can isolate and rotate these objects individually of each other, which is, I would say, crucial for this effect to look pretty cool. However, I'm actually having some troubles rotating these. Keeps rotating whatever way it wants. I want it to rotate my way. Oh wow, so it doesn't want to rotate my way. That's cool. Let's see, what if we do 90 degrees here. And then we can invert. That's 175. I meant to do negative 180 degrees, so it's a full flip. And then we'll change our coordinate object to be negative. There we go. So we got a full flip. And let's put these up here. Let's go to a top-down view of our art and make sure we got this aligned to our center axis. Cool. And there you go. We have KFC, the future of KFC here. All this big chicken. Big chicken. Next, we're going to kind of bring in the radius a little bit so that these are hugging a little bit more closely to the edges of our scene. See what it's looking like from far away here. All right, this is looking good so far. All right, so we need to continue on with the process. I'm going to start another Instagram live stream, and hopefully that's helpful. All right. Hello and welcome back to Creativity with DAIII Live. I'm your host, Don Allen III, and today we are still working on YouTube Live on the KFC logo / futuristic version of KFC, what that would be, what that looks like in the future. So you are more than welcome to continue to join us live as we continue to work on the logo and make this 3D scene hopefully come to life. All right, welcome. Okay, we're just going around. We're looking at the KFC logo, and we're making sure that it is looking good from all sides. Cool. Let's turn this into a light as well. So let's copy our light array, and we'll move this array up and around our chicken. Cool, so that there's now a light emitting from the bucket, which is going to be pretty cool. And then we also want some lights on the outside of our system. So let's make sure that these lights have shadows and that they are casting soft shadows and the shadows are visible. So there we go. Soft shadows are turned on for that light. Let's go to our next light source, do the same thing, turn on omnidirectional shadows, our soft shadows. And so if we render this frame out, we get something better. Welcome Moez and welcome Maid. We are live on YouTube right now. If you want to see this full tutorial, we are working on some KFC inspired art. And yeah, that's what we're working on right now. Cool. Right now we're working on lighting. So we're setting up some lights in our scene so that it's easier to understand what is going on. All right, now we're gonna make a big radius and send these up way above and give it a quick render. All right, good. So this is coming along. Let's do some coloring now, or add a floor. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll add a disc floor. And we'll send all of these objects to try to align with the disc. So we're gonna go up top and move everything down. All right, cool. So we got this lined up pretty nicely here. Just double checking that we got it as close as we can possibly get to the center point. Cool. And then let's also move it upwards. Cool, we got our KFC restaurant ready to go. Such good idea on making several ATM machines around. Oh, cool. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you like that idea. Awesome. So we are back. We got several ATM machines. Next thing we got to do is make the bucket colorful. So I'm going to try to use a technique that I saw on another tutorial somewhere to make stripes. Oh wow, I didn't save this one. Let me save this one right now. Thought I did save it. KFC saving. Cool. All right, so we saved it. I'll show you what we have here. Whoops. So we have this KFC scene, and we have these different vending machines around it. We also now have our lights set up, so very rough lighting. So if we hit render and hit OK, we have some basic shadows that are going to form, but we need to color a lot of this stuff in now. So let's do that. So first off, we're going to colorize our box using a color mode. We'll go to texture, we'll go to tiles. There's an effect called tiling. And then we can change our tiles from squares to lines, and then send our lines in the vertical orientation, and then remove the gout color, or just reduce the gout width to 0. And then I think this will work. If we go to white for that, and then if we go to this bright red, let me find out what color KFC red actually is. What is the RGB of KFC? See if we can apply it to the bucket now. Oh wow, that worked. We can change the global scale. Cool. Alright, we're going to lower the diffusion amount. So we still want this to be pretty bright, but we want to be able to see through it. So now we can. Okay. Is Cinema 4D easy to use for making animation? Yes, it's going to be your friendliest 3D program after Element 3D. I don't think they're going to get much, as of now, it's not going to get much easier than Cinema 4D for 3D stuff. That can change in a heartbeat, but I haven't seen anything come out yet that does like 3D animation well. That is easy. But this program is I think as close as that will be for now. Okay. Alright, let's gonna put this reflective surface on the inside here. Let's change this to display our regular shading, our quick shading. Are the lines on the bucket vertical? I can't remember. For some reason I'm forgetting that. Alright, let's go to our vending machine. What's cool about clones is we only have to work on the original and it will affect all other instances. So it looks like our clone is actually inside of this somewhere. There it is. Our original. So we're going to go to it and we can apply our materials to different parts. So I'm going to make each one its own little red and white style. We're going to give it a glowing top piece there. Use some more metallic materials for the interiors of our thing. Where is this cube? Cube 2. Cool, I'm just going through and adding the necessary textures. This is a kind of, I would say this is a fun process here. Okay, cool. So we got this kind of red and white stuff going on. Let's turn on our cloner again and then return to outside of our machine. There we have it. We have our KFC looking pretty patriotic over there. Let's see. Let's render this one out. have to start thinking about where we want to place our original camera. Uh-oh, lost some texture here. I'm going to change this to the resolution that we're going to export in. So the width should be 1080 and the height should be 1350. As of 2017, late September, that's the maximum resolution that Instagram will allow you to export a image in. We're going to go to eye level with the vending machines. Go ahead and give that a quick render. Man, this error message is really irritating.
Hey, babe.
Yeah,
You love me, right?
of course I do. What kind of question is that?
Well, why do you love me?
That's kind of hard to explain. I just kind of do.
The KFC logo is a little hard to read. Let me take a look at their buckets real quick. Are they striped? I feel like they're striped, but I need to look at a reference image. Oh. That's different. That's different than what I was imagining. Oh, they do have some stripes, but they also have a box around it a little bit. Okay. So what we can do is widen the number of lines that there are. So we go to our color and we can increase the scale of our lines, and this will widen them.
People choose the wrong people to date.
That one might be pretty cool. That's 167. Let's reduce it a little bit more. See what we can get going here.
We can try.
Let's turn it down just a little bit. I want to get that face lined up with the red. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay. I will create and have my own artwork in near future as well. This is so cool, but it's harder for me right now because I'm still in college trying to graduate. Oh man. Yeah, you got to do that. That's going to pay off in the long run. So I'm a big advocate for that. But yeah, whenever you're ready, it is here to stay, and it is welcoming to folks that grind. So if you can grind, you can do it. I believe it. I believe. Alright, cool. So I just added some ambient lighting in here. Cool. KFC's looking a little bit better. I like it a little bit more now. Where's the big bucket? Is this the big bucket? Yeah, it's the big bucket. Cool. Cool. This chicken's causing problems up top. Alright, time to put really large people around the KFC vending machine store. It's an important next step. We need to take this into a controversial level. Alright, we're just changing the time of day that we want the light to come in. Maybe we want it to be more of dawn or more of the evening. Hey, fingers crossed. I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. Do you have it in your blood to grind and to work very hard? Oops. Let's expand this. It's kind of hard to see the KFC face. We might need to make the face smaller. Alright, cool. This is kind of working out. And one. Thanks. Alright, let's bring in some very large people. I'm going to bring in some large people to stand in some crazy long lines around this chicken thing. Let's bring in the large people. I forgot what I called them. Let me find them. New merge. We're going to find, I think I might have just called the 3D models fat. Let me see. Fat. Nope, didn't call them that. Let's call them large. Extra. This isn't good. I'm forgetting what I named my 3D models. Guess we can make a 3D model real quick. There's an app that I think is underpriced for what it can do right now called Adobe Fuse. It's the Adobe world, and it's a 3D program. You can make characters like that lady right there in this program, and you can make them super duper quickly. I'll show you what I mean. Cancel out of this. Alright, so we can start off with our model. I'm gonna start off with this guy. We're gonna give him this body. Whoa, the Instagram filter applied to his face. That was cool. Oops, that was the wrong body. Oh well. You just go with it. I'm gonna give him these feet and these arms. Okay. And then we're going to make his belly big. So let's just go ahead and just expand the belly. Whoa. That's the goal. Too much KFC. Whoa, I made his body look weird. Doesn't even look human right now. Okay. Whoa. Big butt. Saggy butt. Whoa. Oops. Oh no. Okay, that works. Cool. Just gotta make the body just a little bit bigger. Not wider. I want it to go more forward, but it won't let me go forward with the body. Let's give the legs more thickness. Some thick knees. Oh, there we go. Let's get that back coming out here. Bloop. Bring that torso, collarbone. All right, look at that. Look at that bod. There we go. So let's make sure that width is good. All right. Yum. I think he's about done here. Oh, his butt. What happened to his butt? There we go. Fix that. Oh, we can make him taller. Or shorter. That's cool. I didn't know you could change the height. Whoa, he's like a giant. Okay. Next, let's go to clothing. So we're not going to give him too much clothing, but we are going to give him pants. Oh, whoa. It's like bending all weird. What in the hell? Jeans. Maybe we might have a tank top. That might be kind of cool. Oh, I don't see a tank. Oh wait, we do. Here's a tank. And we can change the color of it and stuff. I pick him wearing a cap for some reason. Alright. A cap it is. Hat. A cap, a cap, a cap. Where's a good old cap? This is a baseball cap. All right, cool. So we got some, we got a cap, we got some shirts. I'm gonna make it just a solid white shirt instead. Yeah, looks good. Cool. We're gonna save this guy to a website called Mixamo. I'm gonna call this Beer Belly Frank. Cool, so we got Beer Belly Frank. Saving it to a website called Mixamo. What is Mixamo? I'm glad you asked. Well, Mixamo exports your model into a rigging program that allows you to rig your character super easily. So not only do you get to customize your character, we can make it have some bones and some geometry that we can actually use in our work. So here it is. It's automatically rigging it now. Alright, so Miss Bubbly Bean on Instagram says he has nice boobs, ... as a guy. Smiley face. Alright, cool, look at this. He's alive! And he's a 3D model that we can interact with now. He does have some pretty large breastises. Oh well. Finish! Oh, it's not finishing. What's happening? Uh-oh, something's going wrong. It won't finish the... So yeah, now he has bones. Look at this. All that rigging work was done by Mixamo. It's pretty cool, right? But I do want this to finish. Alright, so now we can choose animations that we want our character to work with. So I'm going to just do this praying one. And download that. And upload my character to it. Select a character, OBJ. Select a character file or drop down here. Oh, I don't know where I saved my Mixamo character to. Let me see.
I don't love you anymore. Goodbye.
I might have to continue this tutorial in another night because this is all taking a little too long. Alright, so we made this character in here, and now I'm going to try to save it to documents. We'll just call this eggdiff in the documents folder, and then hopefully we can select the character file or drop character file here. So let's drop it in there. Alright, so processing the character. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, there he is. Alright, there we go. So there's our guy. He's chilling in here. We can make him do some samba dancing. We can make him do whatever we want. Cool. I kind of like this one. This one's kind of funny. He's like really excited to be in line. And there's a lot of movement. I like it. Let's use it. So we'll just download this character in here as an FBX file with skin. Hit download. So now this is going to save it as a fully rigged character that we can bring into here. Beg for chicken, not working, dance for chicken. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. So now we have our samba dancer. We can go back into Cinema 4D. This is a crazy tutorial. There is so much stuff, takeaways, things I hope you can learn forever with this one. Let's set up a little camera real quick so that we can just lock this position. Alright, cool. So we got our KFC scene. Yeah, let's bring in our samba dancer. We're going to go to File, Merge, go to Downloads, go to our sambadancing.fbx file, hit Open. Check this out, hit OK. And if we did this all correctly, we should now have a character emerge and become visible in our world. Uh-oh, where's our character? Maybe they're inside the KFC bin. Let's see. Oh, I think I see them. Where are they? Whoa, there he is. Alright, so he is chilling inside of our KFC thing, and he's dancing. He's just having a grand old time. Let's make sure that all of his layers are visible. So we'll go into each of his materials and make sure that they are set to turn off transparency. So that's his skin. Got to make sure we can see the skin. And yeah, he's locked in the chicken prison. He's gonna love it though. He loves the chicken. Let's bring the clothing back in there, and let's go to our top material and bring that transparency back on. Whoa, full screen. Bottom material, let's make sure that that is also set to transparency off. And if we did that all correctly, we now have our Samba character. So now we can grab all of this and merge it into a solid grouped object. And we will call this Samba Dancer, Samba Ball Man. Cool. With this character, we can now scale him up. We can scale him down. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Take it back. His bones got separated for a second, and that will break everything. Oh no. Oh no. His body is breaking. I messed something up. Hang on one second. We got to make sure I did this rig correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything's in the right spot. I don't know what the issue is then. That's weird. Can we move our character? Or does it break? Okay, so we can move it. We're just not allowed to scale it. That's fair. Alright, let's move him outside of the chicken prison. Oh wow, he's tiny. We will need to scale him up. I thought he was he's like a little, really tiny person. We'll go to our coordinates and we'll scale him up. Let's see, here's 2 times the X, 2 times the Y, and 2 times the Z. That looks about right. Don't it? Does he have feet? Okay, he has feet. Alright, cool. We got our Samba character, and he's a tiny guy, and he can move. He can dance. He is so happy about that chicken. You're right, the chicken is a little bit too big for him. Alright, let's take our guy and let's have him rotate around and adjust his position. Now we're going to make hundreds of these guys, all dancing in line for the chicken. Or maybe they could just be one people's. I don't know. Or maybe he's happy because he's the only one at the chicken place. That's another good reason to be happy. Don't know. Thinking, brainstorming, thinking. We also might need some more Mother Nature. Right now we have this infinite void around us. And we might want to see more.
Goodbye.
Thinking, I'm brainstorming right now. Give me 1 second to think about what to do next. Or maybe there's a chicken god. It's a rule. You gotta dance in order to get chicken. What if we make the chicken here super mega chicken? What I mean by that is exactly what it sounds like. Make this chicken so giant that it strikes fear into anyone that dares to look it in the chicken eyes. I'm talking about, of course, the chicken to rule them all. Let's increase their scale 100 by 100 by 100. Uh-oh. How big of a chicken? Whoa! Okay, that was bad. Don't do that.
I could never make it right. I can never say all this to you, but I love
We
you.
can try to do a null object again. Current state to object. Alright, let's delete the first chicken. Got this chicken.
I will never hurt
We can do group objects, and then maybe we can scale it this way. Yeah, there we go.
you now.
Whoever danced the best get it first. It's a rule. I like that. Chicken on the top is the judge. Whoa! Okay, we got a giant chicken. You know it's a good day when you have a giant chicken to think about. All right, let's bring our chicken down to earth, and we're gonna have it be a giant, right? Giant chicken oversees it all. I don't know how it feels about seeing people dance to eat its family, but you know, it's chicken problems in the future. They gotta figure this one out on their own. Okay, we got this giant chicken. Whoa! Okay. Let's bring the earth, or not the earth, let's bring the chicken down to earth. What am I saying? I'm losing my mind here with the chicken. The KFC of the future, where they have a robot chicken to guard the chicken. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna work on making it look pretty now. Let's give the chicken laser eyes. Oh my god, you just made me laugh so hard when I heard you saying, I don't know how it feels for the giant chicken to see the... I mean, can you imagine if you were that chicken right now? This would be like so horrifying. You got people lining up to dance in front of the death of your chicken brethren. Alright, I'm gonna bring in a forest. We're gonna make a forest now. It just happens. It just happens that way, you know? It just happens. So let's bring in a forest. First, to make the forest, we gotta get rid of the ground. That doesn't make any sense, but just bear with me here. We're gonna get rid of the ground. We're gonna put some mountains. And let there be mountains. I'm gonna have all the mountains. Having troubles moving our camera position. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're gonna move our... I guess that you have to travel... You have to go to on top of a mountain to eat your chicken. Does that even make any sense? You gotta be really fit to get your chicken. Alright, we're going to increase the width and depth segments to make the ground more real, I guess. And then we're going to introduce some new things. A rock. Alright, cool. So now we got the giant silver chicken protecting the KFC from more people. I don't know what's going on in this scene. It's really weird. But, you know, I'm open to people's ideas. If you have an idea, you are encouraged to share your ideas here. I like hearing people's ideas. Okay, cool. So we got some kind of, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna put a forest around this. I'm confused. Miss Bubbly Bean, do you have any ideas on what we should do? I'm kind of hitting a kink in my thoughts right now. The chicken's got, you know, this giant chicken idea of a giant chicken observing this is just throwing me off. I'm gonna bring in some trees. Let's do that. The trees help me think. Let's bring in the forester tree, and we will bring in some beautiful trees from the tree library. How about some abies trees are really pretty, and we will scale them up. Oh, it doesn't let me scale. Let me try the coordinates. We'll scale it by 4 times 4 times 4. Oh, but the tree is naked. Where's all the leaves? Don't know why, but we're having some issues with the rendering ever since we brought the tree in. Let me delete the tree and the rock and just see what happens real quick, if that fixes the rendering issue. No, we're still having the issue. Oh, I know what it is. We gave the ground way too much detail, and the memory of the computer is suffering. So we're going to reduce the quality of the ground by a lot. Let's just do 200 by 200. Ooh, that wasn't even enough. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, cool. All right, so not sure how exactly, but we're gonna apply this landscape to our stuff. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's expand this, and then expand it that way. Is it your project or commercial? Oh, this one's just a project. I use projects like this to test out things that I would do on a commercial. So I guess in some sense it's both, but in a literal sense it's just for a personal project. But this is how I practice things. It's important to doodle all the time. Alright, let's get this tree all around the environment. So let's use another plugin called the multi-cloner and make the tree a child of the multi-cloner, and then apply the layer to be cloned, our landscape, which should now have little green dots all over it if we did it correctly. No? Did we not do it correctly? I break stuff all the time here. Oh, we got to do the multiclonal. Let's try again. Landscape. Oh, that is multiclonal. That should work. What's going on? Ah, the distribution geometry must be set to landscape. Now all the green dots will be trees. Hey! Cool. Alright, so now we're in some kind of forest. Neat. No problem. I think I might need to temporarily delete the chicken. I think it's causing some issues with my memory. That's unfortunate. Hey, thank you so much, Shivam. I appreciate that a bunch. Let's see. Maybe I put too many trees in the scene. I'm going to reduce it from 400 to 200. Let's cut it in half. Let's see what happens. Still having troubles with the memory. What happens if we hide all the trees? Does the problem go away or does it stay? Alright, so the problem goes away when we hide the trees. So clearly that means the trees are asking too much of the memory. Ah, it sucks. I want the trees. They look pretty, but I also like to have not as much problems. So let's reduce the tree count even more. We'll go from, I think we're at about 100. No, how many trees do we have? Landscape. We have about, oh, I don't see the number anymore. I lost it. That's weird. I don't know how many trees we have. But whatever it is, it's too many. So we need to reduce that somewhere. Or we can change the type of tree. Let's zoom out and see how many. Oh, I see. There's trees that are being rendered that we don't even look at. That's a lot of information to be wasted. So what we should do is change the scale of this here canvas. Let's do 10,000. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Let's leave that in the Y. Alright, so now we have a much more dense amount of trees per unit, and we can still reduce the number of trees if we can find the instance maker. Alright, so it's still being... Sorry about this, folks. Hitting another one of those walls.
So that's it. The last solar eclipse to be seen on this continent in this century. As I said, on August 21st, 2017, will another eclipse be visible from North America. That's 38 years from now. May the shadow of the moon fall on the world.
Maya or Nuke. This is neither. This is Cinema 4D. My preferred program for doing visual effects and 3D stuff. Maybe I'll order KFC. No! Miss Bubbly Bean, you'll turn into this guy. Dancing in the forest in front of the death of many chickens. It's gonna be a bad day. You gotta be careful out there in the world. Alright, we might need to just place the trees manually, and then we can really finely control the issues at hand, but I wanted to use the multiplier, but it's becoming a little tedious and cumbersome to use it. But I am really curious as to why, yeah, Cinema 4D. Where did all the instances go? Sorry about this. Alright, I'm going to change the tree type again. Also, I don't know why all the trees are naked. I want a tree with leaves. I clearly don't know how to use this tree maker very well. But I'll just keep looking for opportunities like this to practice. That's all I can do. Alright, in the meantime, let's forget about the cloner option. Let's just place the trees manually, since I'm failing at placing them with the cloner thing.
How can I be me?
Alright, so this way we kind of just place in our trees by ourselves. It usually renders a lot faster because it's not as much information to consider. Okay, that kind of worked. I'll be honest, I'm getting a little sleepy, folks. I don't think I'm going to be finishing this tutorial tonight, but I'm not too pleased with the way this one's coming out. I don't really know what I was expecting, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. Alright, I'm gonna just make some water real quick. Just so it adds some more variety to the shot and stuff. So we'll just add this kind of water and stuff, and we'll, okay, we'll just go ahead and do that. Oh wow, thank you, Miss Bubbly Bean. I appreciate that. Sorry if I'm being a little negative with the critiques. I just don't know what I was expecting, and probably should have come in with a plan, a bigger, more precise plan than kind of just jumping into this. But it's how I learn, kind of. Alright, so we just made some water. We're making it slightly reflective so that we can let some of that blue come in. And we're going to apply that to the floor. So now we have some water around our scene. And then the lights were looking a little funky, so let's see if we can fix the lighting by going to our light arrays and adjusting some things. That's what we got to do. First thing I'm going to do is actually get some light to come out from the top of the thing. So to do that, we're going to turn this on to volumetric light, and so now there will be beams of light coming from the top. And hello, illustration Sid Sino. Welcome to Creativity with DAIII Live. Today we are working on a KFC future. Not sponsored by KFC. Not one bit. Alright, cool. So we got some 3D stuff happening over there. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching Creativity with DAIII Live. I apologize for not reaching the end point, but this will be the conclusion to our tutorial. Thank you so much for watching on Instagram, and have a creative and productive night. All right, I'm just giving this another render pass. All right, so we are still working. I've reduced the size of the screen so that we can kind of hopefully render faster and see our previews a little bit quicker. All right, I think I should just work with what I got here. So now we're going to export it with our best settings. We have the output to 1080 by 1350, And we're going to save this as a PNG. And we'll save it to a specific location that will help us find it afterwards. I think I'm just going to work with what we have here. It's not really ideal, I'll be honest. I don't really like the way this one came out, which is unfortunate because this was kind of a waste of time, but then I'll still just do something with this. Cool, so we got that there, and now we'll just hit export. Oops, that's not export. I meant to do this middle one here. And we'll export what we have. Even though we don't like it, we still gotta post it up. We gotta make something every day. That's the goal here.
You know, I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I've realized that if you're not busy being born, you're busy dying. And I for one think that we could both benefit from being born again. Not being born again, but you know what I mean?
Alright, it's preparing the render here. So true. Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we're rendering out our character. Just as a recap, we made the character in Fuse. We animated them using Mixamo. And now we are exporting just a solid image of our composition from Cinema 4D. And I'm going to try to rely pretty heavily on Photoshop for the rest, since I'm not too thrilled with what the render came out looking like from Cinema 4D. We're going to try to make that up through Photoshop. At least that's my plan. Hopefully this thing exports pretty quickly though. I mean, right now it's just a black canvas. Don't really see anything going on. But it should pop up soon. Can look up more reference images of KFC. So I'm just looking up is some chicken bucket thing. Alright, cool. There it goes. Rendering in a square. Oh, whoa, and the trees have leaves now. That's new. Yeah, there's like two different names for the music. One's Vaporwave, and then the other one is called Chill Hop. Alright, let's get this a render. Wow, I did not realize it was going to make the trees green. We should probably, this is going to take a while. Looking at this, there's going to just be more and more trees around the outside, so. Yeah, these are all bare trees. I wish this thing gave us an estimate of how many minutes it would take. I'm thinking it might just make more sense though to call it a night, because this is going to take a while and I'm not here to waste people's time. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Creativity with the DAIII Live. You know, the goal was to kind of use this stuff to get a KFC inspired 3D art, and we did that. So again, thanks for watching Creativity with DAIII Live. Have a creative and productive night, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Sorry if this result didn't end up being exactly what we wanted, but that's how it goes. So see you all next time. See the final result on Instagram at the lower left corner there at Don Allen III. #DAIII Live. Good night.